Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I've got a lot of pumpkin and apple and just in general fall food. So we went to Trader Joe's, did a little Trader Joe's fall haul, and I wanted to share what I got and review a couple of these things. Some of them I've already tried, some of them I'm gonna try. I've got my husband Chris to help me out with this because obviously there's a lot of food here. So we'll see what we can try. First is this Trader Joe's Rustic Apple Tart. It's pretty much ready to eat. It says that you just have to preheat the oven to 350, remove from packaging and place on baking sheet on the center rack of the oven, bake for 20 to 25 minutes, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this is pretty good because it's apple and I love anything apple, so that's always a good idea. Have I tried it? No, I have not tried it. Am I gonna try it? Not right now, so TBD. Up next are these pumpkin empanadas. So if you've never had empanadas, these ones are more like the Argentinian style, just based on like the dough or whatever they're using. I'm Colombian, so we don't really have like different empanadas or like corn and like fried. These are normally baked. These are just like filled with pumpkin. That's literally what it says, just delicately spiced pumpkin filling in a traditional flaky pastry. I'm excited to see what they're like. Okay, and also from the frozen aisle are these apple cinnamon oatmeal bites. So these can be baked in the oven, microwave, stovetop, air fryer, and then it seems like you just like heat it straight from frozen and that's it. Pretty simple, just a few minutes and just done. I think this would be great as like breakfast little bites, like in the morning, just some nice little oatmeal bites instead of just having an actual apple oatmeal, which I know is also delicious, so I'm probably gonna guess that these are really good too. Anyway, last in the frozen section is this pumpkin ice cream. And I'm very excited because I normally don't find pumpkin ice cream anywhere, so let's see how good this is. I also gotta add a disclaimer that I normally eat dairy-free ice cream because dairy is not my best friend, but anything for pumpkin. Okay, well it's orange, pretty fitting for a pumpkin ice cream. It's really good.
It's really good.
I would say it's like a 10 out of 10. Okay, moving on to more sweet stuff. These are ready to bake pumpkin rolls, so it's pretty much like your traditional cinnamon rolls. Well, it comes with like the dough, and then it also comes with the icing, so you just like bake it, and then at the end you put some pumpkin icing, because that's what it comes with. So it's literally just like a cinnamon roll, but it's pumpkin, and it's amazing. Overnight oats are some of my favorite like breakfast and snack options, and I was very excited to find pumpkin overnight oats, and they're really good, but I would say they're very, I don't know, there's like not really a word to describe it in English, I feel like, but it's just one of those things where like it just gets like to be too much after a while. Like you could still be hungry, it's not necessarily filling, but you're just feeling already like it's just too much. So half of this honestly would be enough for me because it just feels very sweet and very, I don't know, it's just way too creamy and sweet. I really don't know how to describe it. So I would say it's probably like a 6.5 out of 10 because it's still really good taste and it is good, but it's just too much. This was not exactly from Trader Joe's. This is a perfect bar. It's a pumpkin pie one and it's really, really tasty. It's honestly one of my favorites. I get it every year because it's limited edition. It's super filling though, so I will say like half of this is enough for me personally, but the taste is amazing and it really does fill me up for a while. So 10 out of 10 recommend. Pumpkin spice hummus is a little bit weird, I guess, at first. I never would have imagined a hummus that is pumpkin spice flavored, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect. We're gonna try it with these Stacy's pita chips and see if it's good, but I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I'm about to find out. I'm not a fan.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, I love it.
It's too sweet, and I don't know.
I think you also got a lot. Like, I just did a little bit for my whole chip. I think it's like a nice mix of salty and sweet because the pumpkin spice is a little bit sweet, but then you mix it with the pita chips. And I think it's really nice because it's kind of like the salty counterpart for it.
If you say so.
Okay, next up is pasta. It's this pumpkin ravioli, and I've already had this. I had this for the first time, I think like 2 years ago, and I get it every time it comes out for the fall. It is amazing. It is delicious. It tastes exactly like a pumpkin ravioli would taste like, whatever you would expect. I personally love it. It is obviously on the sweeter side just because it is pumpkin, but I'm a big fan. I actually normally make it with the pasta sauce, the Autumn Harvest creamy pasta sauce, which is another one that I bought, and I will talk about it in a little bit. But you put those two together and it is amazing. It really is like the taste of fall, and I personally love it. 10 out of 10 for me because I love pasta, I love pumpkin, and those two come together really nicely. And another pasta is the butternut squash ravioli. I also think it is amazing. I think the pumpkin one is better in my opinion, but I still think it's really, really good. Again, I also make it with the Autumn Harvest pasta sauce, and it's just amazing because it's just all like butternut squash, pumpkin, all the fall things. So since I just mentioned pasta and the pasta sauce, this Autumn Harvest creamy pasta sauce, I buy this, like I buy as many as I can before the season ends because this is my favorite pasta sauce I wouldn't say ever because I think that vodka sauce is like my favorite pasta sauce ever, but this is definitely up there. It is so good. I make it with either the pumpkin ravioli, the butternut squash one, or even just regular pasta. It's so good. It's made with pumpkin and butternut squash, and it is really creamy, and it's not too sweet, so it's not like, I think that the mix between the pumpkin and the butternut squash and some spices really like evens it out, but 10 out of 10, I'm obsessed with this pasta sauce. Okay, since we're talking about pasta, more pastas here. This is a butternut squash. They're like pumpkin shaped pastas. So first of all, that's super cute, and I don't know, it's just very fall-like. It also does taste like butternut squash, so it is very fall tasting as well. I personally really like it. I think it's like an 8.5, 9 out of 10, only because I like my pasta to already be like pretty much all done. This I still have to like try to figure out how to like, you know, make it a little bit more cheesy or add some meatballs, things like that. So I gotta put in a little bit more work, so only because of that. But other than that, I love it. Okay, and last in the pasta department is this pumpkin Alfredo sauce. So this one is new, I've not had it. I actually want to try this one with that butternut squash pumpkin pasta thing, because I think that it's going to be really good. I don't want to try it with like the ravioli, because I feel like ravioli and Alfredo, just in my opinion, I don't think that they go together. Maybe they do, but I just personally don't really see them together, so I want to keep it separate. So I'm going to try it with that one. Probably going to meal prep it for this week and see what it's like. But I'm super excited because I love Alfredo sauce. This one says that it's made with grana padano, I don't know what that is, and then pecorino romano cheeses, so seems like it's going to be a good one. Might be a little bit sweet, but I think it's going to be really good. Oh, it's actually from Italy.
Wow.
Fancy. Okay, let's talk about soups now. So this is a pumpkin bisque. I actually already had this one last year. It's good, but it's definitely not something that I'd be obsessed with and just like dying to have every single time, because it's definitely very pumpkin-y. Pumpkin-like, pumpkin tasting, whatever. It's good, but it's a little too much at times. But I still recommend trying it because why not? But I would say it's probably like a 7 out of 10, in my opinion, just based on like all the other good soups that I've had. Maybe even a 6.5. Now my favorite soup is this autumn harvest soup. This soup is amazing. I literally stock up on this every single year because I love it so much. It is probably my favorite soup ever, like even more than tomato soup, which is like my favorite soup. I don't know, I really like it. It's a creamy tomato based soup. It's probably why I like it so much. With pumpkin and butternut squash, so it's delicious. Have you tried this one?
Yes, I have. It's like
like
a 20 out of 10. Yeah.
Yes, it is like a 20 out of 10. The fall harvest salsa, I think we had it for the first time last year, or do you think it was like 2 years ago? Whatever, we had it a while ago, and it's really good. I personally really like it because it's not spicy. I can't do spicy anything, so that's good. But then also it's like slightly sweet. It's a mix of fruits and veggies, including pumpkin, apples, and butternut squash. It definitely is like on the sweeter side because of the fruits and the pumpkin and butternut squash and stuff. But it's still like, it's not like overwhelmingly sweet. Like it's decent, I think. I would say it's probably like a 8 out of 10. More?
Yeah, maybe like 8.5.
8.5? 8.5 out of 10. Recommend. Snack time. So this is popcorn. It's kettle corn actually, so it's sweet. It's maple sea salt kettle corn. I personally like it. I'm a big fan of kettle corn, like sweet popcorn, rather than the normal buttery popcorn, so that's why I really like this one. It can be very sweet if you have a lot of it, so I feel like it's one of those where you gotta just like snack a little bit at a time. But I personally like sweet popcorn over regular popcorn, so this is why this one is top of my list. But it's probably like a 8 out of 10. It's not like a Chicago popcorn. That's really good.
Well, like caramel popcorn?
Like the caramel cheese one?
Yeah.
It's still really good though. The non-dairy pumpkin oat beverage is just like a pumpkin creamer, non-dairy pumpkin creamer. It's really good. I just added over my cold brew, and it's just like a homemade version, I guess, of like the Starbucks pumpkin cream cold brew, whatever one that they have. So yeah, you just do a little bit of this with your coffee, and I think that it gives it like a nice little pumpkin flavor and pretty good. I would say it's like a 10 out of 10, honestly. I don't see anything wrong with it if you like pumpkin coffee. And now it's candle time. So we've got the Honeycrisp apple and the vanilla pumpkin. I love these a lot. Definitely a big fan. I think the Honeycrisp apple is better. I know you definitely agree.
Yeah.
Chris doesn't like very sweet.
I don't like vanilla.
Yeah, he doesn't like vanilla.
Like candles. I like vanilla. I just don't like candle scented vanilla. I don't know. It just smells sweet to me. Like I don't know.
But it's sweet.
Yeah.
Well, the Honeycrisp apple is really good, and I do think that it is kind of like a nice little smelly thing, because I feel like the vanilla pumpkin can get a little bit overbearing at times. Like you just like walk in and you're like, okay, that's really strong, that's very sweet, and I'm like, sometimes I feel a little bit nauseous, so I have to kind of just like light them up for just like an hour at a time, because if not, it just gets to be too much. But this one though, this one's amazing. And so yeah, well, I mean, we pretty much described the vanilla pumpkin as well, but it is very much vanilla pumpkin. Like, I mean, I feel like both scents are pretty even. It's not like overbearingly vanilla or pumpkin, but I would say I definitely would take the Honey Crisp Apple over the vanilla. It's still really nice though, because it really does smell like fall. So it's one of those things where like if you light it up, your house is just gonna smell like you were baking all day, which I love that. Okay, now pretty much everything that we have left is just sweets, so this is gonna be a lot. But we've already had a lot of these before, so we can just talk about them. The pumpkin spice batons. These are amazing. Honestly, 10 out of 10 recommend. These are so good. They're kind of addictive, but they're delicious. They're just like your normal, I guess they're called batons normally?
I don't know.
They're like the wafer little things.
Yeah, like the wafer straws, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they're just like filled with pumpkin flavored something, and it's really, really good. The pumpkin bread and muffin baking mix is really good. I mean, I feel like if you've ever had pumpkin muffins or pumpkin bread, it's pretty much the same thing. I wouldn't say it's like anything special other than that. I mean, it's delicious, but it is pretty much like your regular pumpkin bread, pumpkin muffin mix. Really good. I actually want to try it this year with like some of the pumpkin butter, and I want to see, maybe it'll be too sweet, I don't know, but I feel like it would be like a nice little addition to this. So I would say the mix itself is, I don't know, I guess like a 9 out of 10. I mean, it's pretty good. So I don't have any complaints. So since I brought up the pumpkin butter, I would just like talk about it. It is just like a nice little pumpkin spread. You can add it to like toast, the pumpkin bread, like I said. Use it as filling. Maybe if you have vanilla ice cream, you can add it to the ice cream and just kind of like do, you know, like a little mixing. That would actually be really good. Like this on vanilla ice cream, yeah. And then it also says that you can actually mix it with fat-free cream cheese for a unique spread. So actually I feel like that would be really good. You mix it with the cream cheese and then you just like dip some crackers. They're onto something, so pretty good.
They are onto something. My part in the video. My time is shining, guys.
Okay.
Damn, that's good.
That's really good. I definitely feel like this mixed with like vanilla ice cream would be amazing.
That's really good.
Or like if you got like croissants or any other pastry and you just like brush them up a little bit with this and then bake them, I think that would be amazing too. I think we're gonna do some baking with that.
You can definitely taste the honey and the cinnamon. That's why I was wondering if there was honey in there. You gonna taste it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, I was wondering. I thought it was vanilla that I was tasting.
No, it's
honey.
honey.
Like maple syrup, but it's honey?
Yeah, and the cinnamon. No, it's really good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that the pumpkin is like very strong.
No, it's not. Not at all, actually.
I mean, you can tell that it is pumpkin flavored, but it's not like an bearing like pumpkin.
10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it is really good. 10 out of 10 for sure. And since we were talking about like spreads, so this is the apple cider fruit spread. I'm actually really excited to try this because I love anything with apples. So I think this would be nice on like a toast or again like pastry. So it says we combine chunks of sweet apples, tart apple cider, and the perfect amount of fall spices to create this delicious apple cider fruit spread. Wonderful on toast, pastries, or used to spice up pork or chicken. Wow, I didn't even imagine like putting it on protein, but that would be good. Oh, this one's definitely a thicker consistency than the pumpkin one.
Let's see.
That's really good. Wow.
That is really good.
That is really, really good.
That is really good.
I could totally just put that on like a pastry or like a pie crust, and you literally just like fill it with that, and I feel like it would be amazing. But that's a 10 out of 10. Definitely get that if you can.
Oh.
Also, actually, if you like making like cheese boards, like a fall cheese board, I think would be amazing with this. You just put like some cheese, and then you can just add this as like the little like jam, and then on like a cracker. We have one final spread. This is a pumpkin spread.
It's very fancy.
Oh, that is very fancy. This is cute.
And a very fancy lid. It's more liquidy, looks like it.
Yeah, definitely looks more liquidy. But it does have like little pumpkin chunks or something.
Yeah.
No. No. You like it?
It's good. It's really sweet though.
It's way too sweet. Like way too sweet.
It's really sweet.
Like I will take the apple over this any day.
But it's good. It's good, but really sweet.
Like way too sweet. Like I feel like it definitely would need like something to balance it out, like some sort of like salty cracker or bread, or again also on like cheese, and then you do like the cheese with this and like a little toast cracker thing. I think that would be great, but that's very sweet. I would definitely not add this over another sweet, like I don't know, like a pancake or like any pastry. I would definitely not use this for. I would use it with something to balance it out that's more like savory, so like a cracker or anything that's going to be salty.
Yeah.
Something salty for sure.
Salty cracker. Yeah. The main event.
Apple cider donuts are next, and we normally get apple cider donuts whenever we would go to apple orchards back in Illinois, because there were so many there. There's literally like nothing here in Florida, so we can't go apple picking or doing anything like that. So Trader Joe's has apple cider donuts because nowhere else does, I think. I haven't found them anywhere else, so time for these ones.
I already know it's good.
This is so good. They're like soft, crumbly, because of like the little like sugar that it has on top.
Yeah.
Like a cinnamon sugar, but it's like the perfect texture.
It's delicious.
It is delicious. It's not like too sweet. Like it's not like one of those where I'm like one bite and I'm done. Like I could definitely eat the whole donut because it's really good. Wow, I'm gonna miss those. Okay, maple butter is literally just like maple syrup, but in a buttery texture. So like it's more like a spread instead of just like, you know, you pour it like onto your pancakes, waffles, whatever. It's good. I mean, it's just maple syrup. So if you like the taste of maple syrup, you would like this. It literally tastes the exact same as maple syrup. There's no difference other than just like the consistency. So if you would rather just like spread it on French toast instead of just like pouring it, this is the way to go, I guess. Pumpkin pie spice, I mean, I think you can get this anywhere. I get it at Trader Joe's because I like it, but it's just your usual pumpkin pie spice. I put it on pretty much everything from baking to smoothies to coffee to just everything, really. If you don't have pumpkin pie spice, like it's super simple to make. It's literally just cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, cloves, and cardamom. This one actually has a lemon peel. I didn't know that. But normally you can just like easily make it with other spices if you are not able to find pumpkin pie spice. So pretty straightforward. 10 out of 10, great spice. Okay, and last but not least is this pumpkin spice espresso beans. So they're chocolate covered espresso beans with a pumpkin spice blend. I'm a big fan of espresso beans that are covered in chocolate. I just really like the taste because I like the taste of coffee and I like the taste of chocolate, so big fan, but we'll see. Oh, it's really good. Like, I think that if you like pumpkin coffee, you would totally like those. It tastes literally like pumpkin coffee. Like, it's very much a coffee ground, a coffee bean with pumpkin and chocolate.
I don't know if I can taste the pumpkin, but I can definitely taste some of the chocolate.
It's like a very light hint of pumpkin.
Aftertaste.
Yeah, you can definitely taste it. It's the coffee flavor is stronger. Obviously, there's more coffee than like pumpkin and chocolate ratio, I feel like. So it is a stronger coffee taste, but then you get like a hint of pumpkin with some chocolate. So I like it a lot. That's really, really good. I would say it's like a 9 out of 10 because I don't know if I could really snack on this. It's just like a nice little thing every so often.
10 out of 10 for me. I love coffee.
Well, there you go. Well, thank you so much for watching us talk about Trader Joe's food and eat it and enjoy it and tell you all about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope now you're going to go to Trader Joe's and find your favorite fall things and enjoy them all season long. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.